Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Grizzlies versus Jazz NBA matchup on Friday, November 10th, 2023. Here on YouTube, I do tons of free pick videos, so be sure to subscribe to our channel. We do free picks every day, sportschatplace.com, pickdawgz.com, right here on YouTube, as well as across social media and our live shows. And when you give out that many free picks, you're bound to like some games more than others. And to find out which games those are, as well as to get best bets from the world's best handicappers, head on over to our website, pickdawgz.com. Just click on the Premium Picks tab. While you're there, use the discount code PICK to get 15% off all of your purchases of $19 or more. We also have the Pickdawgz Dime Club and Sharp Trading Plays. These aren't meant for everyone. These are meant for people who make big bets. I make big bets. I know a lot of you do as well. The thing about these packages, the only way to get these is to call or text the number that you see on the screen. You'll talk to a live person, but like I said, you can't get these on the website. You have to call or text. But let's get to this one. Grizzlies taking on the Jazz. Both these teams struggling this season. The Grizzlies, of course, without their guy, Ja Morant this year. So far, well, they are seriously missing him. Meanwhile, the Utah Jazz, now 2 years removed from the Gobert and Donovan Mitchell exiting from the roster. And while last season the Jazz seemed to do just fine without them, this year it just seems like they're maybe missing them a little bit more. Maybe they just didn't, feel the impact last year. But this year they appear to be regressing in a big way, struggling on the road, going 0-5 straight up and 1-4 against the number. Meanwhile, the Grizzlies are struggling mightily as well, just 1-7 straight up and 2-6 against the number this season. The thing is that when Ja Morant has been out in the past for the Grizzlies, this team has really stepped it up. But without Steven Adams this year, also injured, there is bigger problems here for the Grizz. And, to have Bane and Jackson, nice players, but certainly not your go-to guys, right, in the NBA. So I think that's a big part of it for the Grizz. Meanwhile, for the Jazz, just a bunch of guys, trying to play together and play some good basketball. They certainly have some talent on this roster. I think they've drawn a bit of a tough schedule to start, so maybe it doesn't, it doesn't reflect that record, the reality of the situation. But the Jazz, playing against the Nuggets and the Suns and to get things started, and the Clippers and games like that, really their best performance was against the same Memphis team when they played them at home, beating them 133-109. That's really been the best of the Jazz that we've seen. We know these guys, and we know that they can play. Markkanen and the rest of them. And I just think that Keontae George, the draft pick out of Baylor, this guy has a very, very high ceiling. And while it's easy to pass judgment on some of these draft picks, after just a couple of games, I think George is one of those guys that it might just take him a little while, because he's not quite as big as some of these other players. But the thing is, I think the future is bright for the Jazz, and I think it's a little bit brighter right now than it is for the Grizz. I'm going to take the Jazz in this one, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks today, putting your bets in, be sure to use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. Our betting tools are 100% free, and the way they work, they show you just how often all the bets on the board today actually hit. Then they show you today's odds, and from there, you can assess the risk-reward, putting yourself on the bets that come in the most and pay the most. That's how you make money betting on sports.